In the small town of Harmony, there lived a young girl named Emma. She was bright and full of dreams, but she often felt lost and confused. Emma struggled with emotions like stress and sadness. Many days she felt overwhelmed by everything around her. She had trouble understanding her feelings, and this made her feel uneasy. She wanted to change, but she did not know how. One sunny morning, as she walked to school, Emma noticed a new sign at the library: emotional intelligence workshops. The words sparked something in her. She felt a pull to learn more about her emotions and how to handle them better. That evening, Emma sat on her bed, reflecting on her life. She remembered a day at school when she got really upset. Her friends were planning an outing, and she felt excluded. Instead of talking to them, she kept her feelings inside. This only made her feel worse. Emma realized that she was not only sad, but also stressed. She understood that keeping her feelings hidden was not the answer. This moment opened her eyes. She decided she had to take control of her emotions and create a happier life. Emma was ready to find better ways to understand herself. The next week, Emma signed up for the workshop. It met every Tuesday evening in the library. The first session was about self-awareness. Emma sat with a small group of people, eager to learn. The teacher asked everyone what emotions they felt during the week. Emma listened as others shared their experiences. Some felt angry, while others felt excited. Emma felt relieved to hear she was not alone. Everyone had different emotions, and that was okay. This made her realize it was normal to feel many things. In the following weeks, Emma learned about self-regulation. It meant controlling her reactions to emotions. She learned deep breathing techniques when she felt anxious. At first, she found it hard to remember to breathe, but with practice, it became easier. She also learned about setting boundaries. Often, Emma did too much for others and forgot to care for herself. Now, she practiced saying no when she needed time for herself. This was a new skill for Emma, and she felt proud as she started to use it. As time passed, Emma noticed positive changes within herself. She felt calmer and more balanced. She learned that being aware of her feelings was important. She began to write in a journal, documenting her thoughts and emotions. This helped her connect with herself more deeply. Resilience became another focus. Emma understood resilience as the ability to bounce back after hard times. Small steps each day helped her grow stronger. She began to view challenges as chances to learn, which excited her. Emma's journey was just beginning. Through books and workshops, she discovered the power of emotional intelligence. She was turning into a girl who embraced change. With each small step, Emma moved closer to becoming the person she wanted to be. In Harmony, she started to feel a sense of control over her life. With hope and excitement, Emma looked forward to what lay ahead, confident that she was on the right path to understanding herself and the world around her. As Emma continued her workshops, she felt growth within herself. Yet, her journey was still filled with challenges. One afternoon, while doing homework with her friends, a problem arose. They had to prepare a group presentation for class. Emma was excited and ready, but her friends were not. They joked around and did not take the task seriously. Emma began to feel frustration building up inside her. She wanted to do well and earn a good grade, but her friends made it hard to focus. The laughter and noise felt overwhelming. Emma tried to speak up. "Can we please work together?" she asked. But her words fell flat among the laughter. They ignored her wish and continued to play. This made Emma feel hurt and stressed. She felt like she was pushed aside, and the pressure mounted. In that moment, Emma realized her old way of handling emotions was not working. Instead of feeling accepted, she felt angry and alone. In the heat of the moment, Emma exploded. "Why do you always do this? I want to work," she shouted. Her friends stopped laughing, surprised by her sudden outburst. Disbelief filled the room. Emma's heart raced. She felt ashamed. The anger that had come out left her feeling empty and regretful. She knew she had reacted poorly. Instead of speaking from her heart, she had let frustration win. Emma understood that something had to change. After school, she walked home deep in thought. Emma replayed the scene in her mind. The laughter of her friends haunted her. She felt she had failed to express her feelings in a better way. Emma realized she still had a lot to learn about handling her emotions. This incident made her feel responsible for the way she reacted. With a growing sense of determination, she knew she needed to improve. The goal of emotional intelligence was still a bit far from her reach, but she was willing to work hard for it. That evening, Emma sat alone at her desk. The sunlight set outside, casting a warm glow on her room. She took out her journal and began writing about the day's event. By reflecting, she understood where things had gone wrong. She was frustrated, but it was not her friend's fault. They did not see how important this was for her. Emma wrote down her feelings and began to search for solutions. How can I handle this better next time? She asked herself. In her heart, she hoped to find a way to express her needs calmly. After writing for a while, Emma felt a sense of relief. She realized that her feelings were valid, but her actions could improve. This reflection inspired hope within her. She could learn new ways to communicate and handle her feelings without losing control. The next day, Emma decided to talk to her friends about what happened. This time, she would use the skills from her workshops. She felt nervous, but also ready. This was a chance to practice what she had learned. Emma knew that to build strong connections, she needed to express herself better. With courage, she stepped out, ready to face the challenge. The thought of embracing change felt exciting. Emma was on her way to creating a happier life for herself, and she felt proud of that moment. After Emma's difficult day with her friends, she felt a strong desire to grow. She wanted to understand herself better and learn how to handle her emotions. That night, she picked up a book from the library called Emotional Intelligence for Beginners. She opened the first page and found simple steps to start her journey. The book explained self-awareness, which was the first step to understanding emotions. Emma was excited to learn. As she read, she discovered how important it was to know what she felt and why. Self-awareness meant recognizing her feelings before they became overwhelming. Emma learned that everyone has emotions, and it is normal to feel happy, sad, angry, or confused. The book asked readers to check in with their feelings. Emma realized she needed to do this daily. She decided to take a moment every morning and evening to sit quietly and think about her emotions. This simple practice made her feel more in control. In the next workshop, Emma was ready to share what she had learned. She spoke to the group about self-awareness and how checking in with feelings helped her. The teacher shared fun exercises to help everyone connect with their emotions. One exercise involved drawing faces that represented different feelings. Emma enjoyed this. It was fun and made emotions easy to understand. With crayons in hand, she drew a happy face for joy and a sad face for frustration. As she drew, she felt proud of her progress. That week, Emma continued to practice self-awareness. Each morning, she asked herself how she felt. At first, it felt strange to think about her emotions. Gradually, she began to enjoy this practice. One morning, she felt happy because she saw her favorite flowers blooming outside. Another day, she felt tired and a bit sad because she did not sleep well. Emma wrote these feelings in her journal. Writing helped her understand her heart better. As Emma explored her emotions, she began to notice something important. She saw that how she felt impacted her actions. When she was happy, she wanted to help others. When she was sad, she felt less motivated. Emma started to connect her feelings to her behavior. This connection was an eye-opener for her. It was clear to her now that understanding her emotions could lead to better choices. She felt empowered with this new knowledge. In the following workshop, her teacher asked everyone to share moments when they felt strong emotions. Emma spoke about her frustration with her friends during the group project. She explained her feelings of being ignored. Instead of focusing on the bad moment, she shared how it inspired her to learn about emotional intelligence. The group listened carefully, and Emma felt their support. This sharing made her realize she was not alone. Everyone faced their challenges. As the workshops progressed, Emma learned more about the importance of empathy. She found that understanding others' feelings was just as important as knowing her own. Emma began to practice empathy when she talked to her friends. She asked them feel when they struggled with assignments. With each discussion, Emma felt closer to her friends. They shared their emotions, and through open conversations, they built a deeper connection. Emma's emotional intelligence journey was taking shape. She felt stronger, more confident, and hopeful about the future. Each lesson added to her understanding and made her feel ready to face challenges head-on. Emma was on a mission to embrace change, and she was excited about every step forward she took on her journey. As Emma continued her journey into emotional intelligence, she began to experiment with new ways to control her feelings. Journaling became an important tool for her. Each night, she wrote down her thoughts and feelings. Sometimes, she felt calm as she placed her emotions on paper. Other times, it was difficult. One night, she sat staring at the blank page in her journal. She wanted to write, but felt stuck. Doubts crept into her mind. Can I really change? She wondered. Despite the struggles, she pushed on and filled the page with her thoughts. Emma also learned about mindfulness. This practice meant being present in the moment and noticing her feelings without judgment. During one workshop, the teacher guided them through a mindfulness exercise. They closed their eyes and focused on their breath. Emma did her best to stay focused, but her mind wandered. She started thinking about school, homework, and friend troubles. Will I ever get this right? She thought. The task was much harder than she expected. Determined to improve, Emma set a goal for herself. She decided to practice mindfulness for 10 minutes each day. However, when she tried at home, she struggled again. Sitting still felt uncomfortable. Questions filled her mind. How long has it been? Am I doing this wrong? Each time she lost focus, frustration bubbled inside her. She could feel her doubts growing. One afternoon, Emma's patience wore thin. After a long day at school, she sat quietly in her room, ready to practice mindfulness. However, busy thoughts rushed in, making it hard to concentrate. Feeling overwhelmed, she let out a sigh. Why can't I just be calm like the teacher says? She exclaimed, feeling like she would never succeed. This moment of anger pushed her to question everything she was trying to achieve. Despite the confusion, Emma remembered one important lesson from her journal. Change takes time. Earlier in the year, she would have given up, but now she felt a flicker of hope. With this thought in mind, she reminded herself to be kinder to her emotions. It was okay to feel frustrated. Everyone has difficult days. Emma took a deep breath and sat up straighter. Instead of giving in to doubt, she decided to see each day as a new chance to grow. The next day, Emma faced a new challenge at school. During group work, she felt the familiar wave of frustration wash over her when the other students seemed distracted. Instead of lashing out, she remembered her training. She took a deep breath and thought about her feelings. I feel angry because I want to succeed, she realized. That was the key. By understanding her emotions, she felt more in control. In the following weeks, Emma kept practicing her mindfulness and journaling techniques. Each session revealed something new about herself. On good days, she felt a glow of joy when she shared her thoughts with her friends. On harder days, she struggled but reminded herself that this journey was not perfect. Sometimes she wanted to shout, but other times she felt peaceful. Each moment was a step toward emotional growth. Her friends began to notice the changes too. They appreciated her greater understanding of feelings. One friend asked, "How are you so calm about everything?" Emma smiled and shared the tips she learned. As she talked, she realized that talking about her journey not only helped her friends, but also built her confidence. Emma's journey was becoming clearer. While there were challenges and moments of doubt, she began to feel proud of her growth. She understood that emotional intelligence was not just about feeling good. It was also about facing the hard times and learning from them. Each struggle was a lesson moving her closer to the change she sought, and that hope filled her heart with excitement for what lay ahead. The day of the town festival finally arrived, and Emma felt both excited and nervous. This big event was the moment she had been waiting for. Her art piece, made with Alex, would be unveiled for everyone to see. They worked hard on it, and Emma wanted it to be a success. However, as the day came closer, a wave of stress washed over her. The pressure to make a good impression seemed heavy. The festival ranked as one of the highest moments of emotional challenge in her young life. These feelings made her heart race and her palms sweat. Despite her progress with emotional intelligence, doubts crept in. What if no one liked their work? What if she embarrassed herself in front of her friends? Emma felt her mind spiraling into worry. She stopped at the fountain in the town square, where colorful decorations swayed overhead. "Stay calm," she whispered to herself, recalling the self-regulation techniques she had learned. Taking a deep breath, she closed her eyes and counted to 5. With each breath, she reminded herself to let go of the fear. She wanted to be confident and brave. Soon, her friend Alex joined her. He looked anxious too, fiddling with a paintbrush in his hand. "Emma, what if no one likes our piece?" he asked, voice shaking slightly. Emma noticed his uncertainty, and she felt the urge to offer support. "Let's focus on what we love about our work," she replied, feeling inspired to practice empathy. Listening to her friend could help them both. They shared laughter that eased their worry. Talking helped them feel more connected and less alone, reminding her of how all those emotional struggles were part of their strength. The time for their big reveal neared, and the nerves returned. Emma felt a knot in her stomach as they gathered on stage. They waited for the town mayor to introduce their art piece. All eyes were on them. The crowd looked excited, but for Emma, the anticipation felt thick. She took another deep breath and held her head high. Emma thought about everything she had learned about emotional intelligence. This was her moment to practice all her skills: self-regulation, empathy, and open communication. When the moment arrived, the mayor stepped up to speak. The crowd quieted, and Emma felt the pressure building. As the mayor introduced their project, Emma and Alex stood side by side, hearts pounding. Then the moment came. The curtain dropped, unveiling their art piece, a vibrant mural that reflected their journey and friendship. Gasps echoed through the audience, and Emma's pulse raced. This was it. But instead of smiling faces, she noticed some puzzled expressions. A few people whispered to each other, their eyes narrowing. Emma felt the old fears creeping back in. What if they don't understand it? She thought. Yet, she reminded herself that art can be subjective. Alex took a brave step forward to address the crowd. He spoke about their inspiration, their struggles, and the emotions behind their mural. Listening to him, Emma felt a wave of pride and gratitude for her friend. As he spoke, Emma realized this was the time to join him. Encouraged by their bond, she felt her nerves settling. Emma took a deep breath and stepped forward beside Alex. Together, they showed that they could share their journey and feelings, just as they had practiced. They began to tell their story of self-discovery and the importance of emotional intelligence. She could see interest growing on the crowd's faces, and Emma knew this was their turning point. In that moment, she understood she could overcome her doubts. Emma had faced her biggest emotional challenge. With Alex by her side, they were not only sharing their art, but also their hearts. Their journey was about more than just the mural. It was about growth, friendship, and resilience. Emma felt a surge of hope. As Emma and Alex stood before the crowd, she could feel the tension in the air. The initial surprise at their mural had shifted to whispered conversations. Some people looked curious, while others appeared confused. Emma's heart began to race again. She felt the weight of fear pressing down on her. What if they did not understand their message? These thoughts threatened to take over. Emma suddenly feared that all their hard work was a failure, and sadness flooded her. In that low moment, Emma remembered the tools she had learned in her emotional intelligence workshops. She knew she needed to practice self-regulation to keep her emotions in check. Taking a deep breath, she focused on her breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. This simple act helped to center her. Emma wanted to show strength, not weakness. By calming her nerves, she began to think clearly. Looking at Alex, she could see the uncertainty in his eyes. He, too, was feeling the pressure. Emma thought about the importance of empathy. She realized the crowd might not see their vision immediately. She remembered how hard they both worked on this piece. It represented more than just art. It captured their feelings and growth. They poured their hearts into this mural. Seeing Alex struggling helped Emma connect more with his feelings. They were truly in this together. She took a step closer to him and whispered, "We can do this. Let's talk about our vision." Alex nodded, grateful for her support. With renewed determination, Emma turned back to the crowd. "Thank you for being here," she started, her voice calm and steady. "We created this mural to show how emotions shape our lives." Emma felt a wave of courage wash over her as she continued. "Art helps us connect and share feelings we cannot always express in words. We want you to see our journey of growth and self-discovery." Her words flowed naturally as she spoke directly to the audience. She used assertive communication to express her message clearly. Emma could see some heads nodding, which gave her hope. Then she noticed a woman at the front of the crowd frowning. "But I don't understand what it means," the woman said. Emma felt a wave of doubt mix with her determination. Instead of panicking, she took another deep breath. This was the very moment she could show empathy. "I understand this piece might be confusing. May I ask what parts are unclear?" Emma realized asking for their thoughts would help everyone connect. The woman hesitated but then shared her feelings, expressing that some colors appeared sad, while others looked happy. Emma smiled. This was exactly the point. "Yes, emotions can be mixed and complicated," she explained. "Sometimes we feel lost, while at other times, we find joy. We wanted to show that both sides are real, and we all experience them." The crowd began to warm to her words. The whispers faded, and curious glances filled the air. Emma felt the encouragement around her, leaving her heart a little lighter. Empathy allowed her to connect with others on a deeper level. She opened the floor for more questions, inviting shared feelings and thoughts. As Alex joined her side, they stood together facing the audience. With every moment, their bond grew stronger. Emma learned that emotional intelligence was an ongoing journey, one that required practice and patience. They were navigating through this tough situation with grace. Stepping past their doubts, they embraced the moment, united and hopeful for the future ahead. The climax became a turning point, and Emma realized she was capable of facing life's challenges with courage. As Emma stood before the crowd, she felt a shift in the atmosphere. The earlier tension transformed into curiosity as people began to nod. Emma continued to share her thoughts, explaining their mural. With every word spoken, she felt her confidence grow. This engagement was more than just an art show. It was a moment of connection. Emma realized that the tools of emotional intelligence she had worked so hard to understand were actually changing how she faced challenges. A weight lifted from her heart as she communicated openly. The fear that once lay heavy inside her was now replaced by clarity and courage. Speaking about the mural's deeper meaning felt right. People began to see the emotions behind the colors and images. Emma watched faces light up as they connected the story of resilience to their own lives. Each reaction energized her. Suddenly, a hand shot up from the crowd. A boy named Mia, her classmate, raised his voice. "But what if we feel sad for a long time? It can be hard to make it better." His concern rang true for Emma. She remembered her own struggles with sadness. Instead of feeling defensive, she took a breath. This was another chance to practice empathy. They were all in this together, learning and growing side by side. Emma thought carefully about her response. "It's okay to feel sad," she said softly. "We all have emotions, and sadness can last longer than we want. Talking about it is one way to help. What's important is that we don't stay alone in those feelings. We should all support each other." Her voice was steady as she spoke these words, rooted in her own experience of finding strength in community. The crowd hung on her words. With each moment, she felt the connection growing stronger. Emma was no longer just an artist. She was becoming a leader among her friends. This feeling pushed away her doubts. She saw the impact of expressing emotions honestly. This was a significant turning point, and she sensed it deep within her heart. Encouraged by their positive reactions, she and Alex invited the crowd to share their own feelings. Emma wanted everyone to feel included, just as she had in those workshops. If you want to share what you feel about the mural or your own stories, we are here to listen. This invitation breathed new life into the event. People began to share. Voices rose in the warm sun, and stories poured out. As laughter and tears echoed through the square, Emma felt a true sense of connection, a feeling of being understood. The mutual support among the crowd made her heart swell with joy. She realized right then that emotional intelligence was saving her, transforming her challenges into strengths. This was not just about handling fear or sadness anymore. It was about building genuine connections and offering support. Emma successfully navigated a moment that would have pushed her into silence in the past. Instead of shrinking away, she stood tall, expressing her emotions and encouraging others to do the same. Emma took a moment to soak all of this in. The mural wasn't just a piece of art. It was a reflection of their shared journey. It symbolized emotional strength, acceptance, and the power of understanding. With this realization, Emma smiled brightly, knowing she had grown significantly. She had faced her most significant challenge and turned it into a beautiful moment of connection. Her heart swelled, and she felt proud. She was becoming the person she always wanted to be, someone who could face life with courage and empathy. After the powerful moment at the festival, Emma took a step back to breathe. The crowd was cheerful, and the smiles on her friends' faces filled her with joy. Still, she needed a moment to reflect on everything that had transpired. The emotions she had felt, the doubt, fear, hope, and triumph, were powerful. Emma understood that this day marked a significant turning point in her life. Sitting under the big oak tree near the fountain, she recalled her journey. Only a few months ago, she struggled to express her feelings. Fear often held her back, making her remain silent during tough situations. Now, as she looked at the crowd gathered around the mural, she felt a deep sense of growth. She had transformed in ways she never imagined were possible. The journey toward emotional intelligence had opened new doors for her. Emma pulled out her journal, feeling the familiar comfort of the pages. She was excited to pour out her thoughts. Writing had become an essential part of her emotional practice. With her pen, she started to write about the festival. Her heart raced with gratitude. "Today, I spoke my truth," she wrote. "I shared my feelings, and for once, I did not hold back." Each word she penned felt empowering. Emma realized that by embracing emotional intelligence, she could change how she interacted with the world. Thinking back to how anxious she felt before speaking to others, Emma recognized a new pattern in herself. She remembered how she used to let worries keep her from doing big things. Now, she felt able to manage those worries and understand her emotions. This shift allowed her to communicate better with friends and family. Instead of shutting herself off, she learned to express herself honestly, leading to more meaningful connections. Emma reflected on her friendships. Earlier, she had struggled to connect with her friends over misunderstandings. However, in that moment of sharing at the festival, she saw how open discussions strengthened those bonds. It was clear to her that openness and vulnerability attract positivity. She felt proud of herself for reaching out rather than hiding. This realization made her heart swell with happiness now. The day had not just been about revealing the mural, but also about revealing herself. Emma saw emotional intelligence as a powerful tool in her life, helping her navigate challenges with grace. Choosing to pause, breathe, and reflect had guided her to a deeper awareness of her feelings and needs. Each time she practiced self-regulation and empathy, she became a clearer version of herself. With every entry in her journal, she could feel the change growing stronger. Emma appreciated how far she had come. The journey was not always easy, but it was worth it. Now, more than ever, she felt ready to face any challenge. She could accept feelings of joy, sadness, and everything in between. Emotional intelligence had empowered her not only to understand herself, but also to uplift those around her. In that peaceful moment under the oak tree, Emma smiled knowingly. She felt a warm sense of hope for the future. With confidence, she looked forward to tackling the new challenges that lay ahead. Emma knew she had the tools to express herself and connect with others deeply. She realized that she was not just on a journey of growth. She was creating a life filled with genuine emotions and meaningful connections. Emma was ready for whatever the next chapter held. The days that followed the festival were filled with growth for Emma. She had discovered the power of emotional intelligence, and now she was eager to practice it every day. Each morning, she set aside time to check in with her feelings. This small habit, started during her journey, became her new routine. By asking herself how she felt, she gained clarity and direction for her day ahead. This simple act helped her face challenges with a calm mind. Her journaling practice also continued. Emma realized that writing was a way to explore her emotions. In her journal, she would record her feelings about daily events and her thoughts about her interactions with others. Reflecting on the week, Emma saw how she had handled small problems with more ease and understanding. At school, when a group project felt overwhelming, she talked to her classmates calmly instead of bottling up her stress. This new habit made teamwork enjoyable and productive. Emma took her emotional intelligence work seriously. She learned more about setting boundaries, knowing she was important. During lunch with friends, when the group talked about going out every weekend, she confidently said, "I love hanging out, but I also need time for myself too." Her friends listened and respected her needs. Emma felt proud of this moment, understanding how creating space for herself improved her connection with others. As weeks went by, Emma also faced new situations that challenged her. One afternoon, her teacher assigned a surprise presentation. Emma felt her heart race at the thought of speaking in front of the class. Old fears crept in, but instead of feeling overwhelmed, Emma turned to her breathing exercises. She took a deep breath, steadying herself. "I can do this. I've learned to manage these feelings," she reminded herself. Emma embraced the fear, knowing it was a part of her growth. When it was her turn to present, she focused on sharing her thoughts clearly. With each word, she became more comfortable, like the air around her relaxed. After she finished, Emma felt a rush of relief and happiness. "I did it," she thought, and that joy only fueled her desire to keep growing. She was learning how to regulate her emotions, and it felt empowering. Emma's friends saw her change as well. They noticed her calmness and courage. "You seem different lately," one friend mentioned. "You handle things so well now." Emma smiled, grateful for their support. Every positive interaction encouraged her to continue practicing emotional intelligence. She realized that her journey was enriching not just for her, but also for those around her. Resilience formed another layer of her strength. Emma learned that it was okay to face tough days. When challenges arose, she used self-awareness to navigate through them carefully. Emotionally hard moments were no longer signs of weakness. They were opportunities to grow. Each time she needed to set a boundary or express a feeling, she reminded herself of her power. She became more balanced in her personal life, feeling lighter. As summer approached, Emma found new ways to apply her skills outside of school. She volunteered at a local community center, helping organize fun events. While working with others, she learned to listen actively and empathize. Emma understood that communication played a key role in how people felt about their work. Each experience built her confidence. Through continued practice and determination, Emma recognized that emotional intelligence was not just a concept, it was a way of living. Every struggle and triumph made her stronger. She felt empowered and ready for whatever life brought her way. Emma smiled. She was excited about the future, knowing she had the tools to face any challenge that lay ahead. Emma looked around at the changes that had come in her life. The journey of emotional intelligence had transformed her like never before. She had learned to understand her emotions and use them in powerful ways. Now, standing in her room, she felt a sense of pride and empowerment. It was not just about controlling feelings anymore. It was about thriving through them. This understanding filled her heart with hope and joy. As weeks passed, Emma practiced her emotional skills every day. She continued to journal, checking in with herself regularly. Writing helped her process her feelings and reflect on her experiences. When she faced challenges, she no longer crumbled under pressure. Instead, she approached each situation with confidence and clarity. Each breath she took eased her worries, becoming a key tool in her emotional toolkit. Emma had built a strong foundation for resilience, one that would hold her steady through life's ups and downs. One sunny Saturday, Emma joined her friends again for a day at the park. They noticed the difference in her. "You seem so peaceful lately," one friend commented with a smile. Emma nodded, feeling the warmth of their support. "I've been working on emotional intelligence," she said, excited to share her journey. Her friends listened closely as she spoke about the power of understanding feelings. The topic lit a spark in everyone, and they began to discuss their own emotions openly. Emma felt empowered, seeing how sharing her experience benefited not just her, but the whole group. With every conversation, Emma noticed the energy around her changing. More conversations blossomed among her friends about what they felt and how they could support one another. She realized that emotional intelligence extended beyond herself. It influenced her relationships positively. This connection made their bond stronger. Emma felt proud to be a part of a group where everyone could share honestly. Encouraged by this new way of connecting, Emma took the lead in creating a support circle at school. She suggested starting weekly meetings where students could gather to talk about their feelings. The idea excited her classmates, and soon they organized various discussions. Together, they explored themes like resilience, kindness, and personal empowerment. Even quieter students found their voices in this safe space. Emma witnessed their growth, and it warmed her heart. Emma felt transformed by the positive atmosphere she helped create. No longer did emotional challenges hold her back. They spurred her on to do more. She applied her skills in group projects at school, leading discussions where everyone felt valued. By practicing empathy and understanding, she improved her collaborative skills. This change brought success and deep friendships her way, making school a joy. As summer approached, Emma felt a renewed sense of purpose. She had become more involved in her community by volunteering at local events. With each new interaction, she kept practicing empathy and emotional awareness. She learned from others and grew from their experiences. Emma realized this process was continuous, and personal growth would always be part of her life. Standing tall as the festival season began again, Emma looked out at the community. She felt fulfilled, ready to embrace each new opportunity. With her friends by her side, she knew they could face anything. The summer was not just a break from school. It was a chance for adventure, connections, and deeper understanding. Emma understood that emotional intelligence was a lifelong journey. She had discovered how to use her emotions to create a life filled with meaning, joy, and balance. Empowered by her growth, she welcomed the coming days with a heart full of courage. The road ahead was bright, and she felt confident it would lead her to beautiful places. Emma smiled, excited about the future she was building. knowing her emotional journey would guide her throughout life. As Emma continued her journey into emotional intelligence and personal growth, she embraced every opportunity that came her way. Her support circle in school grew, and more students joined every week. They shared feelings, listened to each other, and built friendships based on trust and understanding. Emma felt joy watching others flourish as they opened up. Each meeting fostered a safe space for everyone, encouraging more conversations about feelings. This made school feel like a warm, supportive community. With each passing day, Emma was amazed at her own growth. She no longer let her emotions control her. Instead, she guided them with confidence. Whenever challenges appeared, she handled them with ease. Whether it was a tough assignment or a hard conversation with a friend, Emma applied everything she learned. Reflecting on her emotions allowed her to find clarity before responding. Her classmates admired this strength. They often turned to her for advice. And soon, the annual town's art show rolled around again. This time, Emma felt ready for the challenge. Back when she started her journey, she was anxious about sharing her feelings. Now, she volunteered to help organize the event. The festival needed someone who understood emotions and could bring people together. Emma felt an urge to use her skills for something bigger. As the day of the art show approached, she coordinated activities to engage everyone in art and expression. Emma designed posters encouraging artists to share their stories, just as she had learned. She invited everyone to express their feelings through art, no matter their skill level. Emma motivated her peers to harness their emotions, reminding them that creativity could be powerful. At the festival, the atmosphere buzzed with energy. Emma walked around, excited to see her community embrace their emotions through their art. Paintings, sculptures, and photographs filled the gallery. Each piece told a story, just like Emma's mural did last year. As she connected with her neighbors, each story inspired her more. They expressed happiness, sadness, love, and hope. Emma saw how everyone became stronger through sharing their work. After the festival, Emma stood in front of the mural she had created with Alex. It felt like a beautiful reminder of how far she had come. Looking at it, she thought of happiness, friendship, and resilience. The mural was not just art. It was a symbol of emotional growth, both for her and the community. As Emma embraced the journey ahead, she wanted to encourage others to join her. Feeling empowered, she spoke to her friends one last time. Emotional intelligence has transformed my life. You can grab hold of it too. Remember, it's a journey, not a race. Start where you are and be kind to yourself along the way. She encouraged her friends to check in with their feelings daily and express themselves openly. Try journaling or talking to someone you trust. Set boundaries and recognize your needs. These actions can shift your life for the better. Emma hoped that everyone would take these small, actionable steps toward a more fulfilling life. As she finished speaking, her friends nodded, enthusiasm shining in their eyes. Emma felt proud, knowing she inspired others to embrace emotional intelligence. This is where personal growth begins. It's a path filled with moments of reflection and connection. With her heart full of hope, Emma encouraged everyone to continue exploring their emotions. It is through this exploration that true empowerment lies. Their journey was only beginning, and the adventure awaited. Emma reminded them that they had the power to shape their lives with the magic of understanding themselves and each other.